Hi, this is a quick review critique of the Nokia Lumia 920 and more specifically the Windows 8 operating system. I really like the Lumia 920, I think it's a really great phone. However, there's obviously some things that are bugging me a little bit. Okay, first off, the battery is obviously tragic. It's 42% currently, and last night I done a little trial, turned everything off down to a minimal. Closed all background applications, Wi-Fi off, NFC off, Bluetooth off, settings, screen brightness on low, touch sensitivity on low, lock on 30 seconds, no background applications to be running. Everything's blocked bar the battery level for Windows 8, which I installed, which is how I've been running the phone now for the last few days, and it's improved slightly, but it's still pretty desperate. It received in 7 hours on standby, it dropped 12%. Now that is far from Nokia's 460, I believe, hours of standby that they quote on their site, so I'm not overly impressed with that, but hopefully there'll be a patch coming out to fix that, because I think there's something more sinister going on within the operating system. So I look forward to seeing that. I'm not going to return the phone. I've made that decision now. I'm going to see it through, and it'll either put me off Windows phones for life, or that'll be me. I have moved from an iPhone, and then my previous 3 phones have been Apple phones. So that's the sort of standpoint that I'm coming from. I haven't had a Windows phone before. Okay, so a couple of points quickly. I would like to see all these little symbols up here, the battery level, the signal strength and Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, etc., on display all the time. I don't know why they vanish. I think they're quite important. You shouldn't really have to download third-party apps for battery level. It's pretty shocking. It should just be something that's there, clear. It's a core function of a phone, and it should be easily available and very clear. I also feel the same way about flashlight and quick access to things like this. This looks very messy, but nevertheless it's essential for me, because I don't want to go through all these settings or whatever, to try and turn off Wi-Fi. I just want it quick, all in one place, like that is. For instance, if I bring across here my old iPhone, which I jailbroke, I had a quick drop down for the flashlight. All I do is tap there and it turns on. Lock rotation, so that I can use the phone in bed, and it turns off the accelerometer. And swiping across brings up all the key things like brightness, Bluetooth, 3G data, Wi-Fi, etc, etc. So that was what I was used to, and I think that's quite fluid. Obviously that's not built into the operating system on the iPhone, but I think that's something that Nokia, or rather Windows, should consider doing, making things a little more accessible. Okay, so the next point I would like to make is about multitasking. Do I have anything open? Currently just that. So if I want to close that, I'd obviously tap back, but I think it should be on like Windows 8 where you just drag it down to the bottom and it disappears. I'll quickly show you here on my Windows 8 machine what I mean. Sorry for the poor production values of this. It's being filmed on an iPad and it's unplanned. So if you drag it down the bottom, it vanishes. I think it should be the exact same on the Windows Phone operating system. Drag down nice and easy. Be good. Okay, so Internet Explorer, another little criticism of that. I'd like to go backwards and forwards. I can't go forwards on websites. I'd like just a forwards button. That's pretty much it. And obviously, as I mentioned before, I'd like network. What's my network strength at the top and battery level? Okay, Nokia Drive. There we are. Nokia Drive. I like all the Nokia apps. I think they're really good. However, on this app in particular, I think you should have quick access to where like petrol stations are. Quick buttons, not have to search for things like that. I think petrol stations, you want to find them quickly. You don't want to pull in and do that. It should all be like really quick. Local points of interest, like they are on sat-nav apps, like the TomTom app, which is what I've currently got installed on my iPhone. So that draws to a close pretty much what I'd like changed, which isn't much really. I really do like the phone. I think it's brilliant. It's really nice, really colourful. The battery is the only letdown. I really like the tiles. I think they look cool, and everyone I speak to, they really think the phone looks good, and they would consider getting one. It is a real contender, but there's some problems to be ironed out. I think they need to improve little things. Lots of little things could be improved. Like I said about integrating, quick access to settings that sort of kind of grouped together, like Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, etc. Torch apps. You shouldn't have to download third-party apps. I see a lot of people with third-party dialer apps. That's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? Let's be honest. So early on that people are downloading dialer apps. You shouldn't even consider having to get a dialer app. Should be built in as standard. Okay, thanks very much. Bye.